Hi. I'm recording in 2 places at once. I'm recording on Zoom right there, hi Zoom, and I'm recording on my phone right here, hello YouTube, because I had a student today, well 2 students back to back that are brothers and they couldn't make it to class today, so I am preparing what I was going to do with them on Zoom, and I thought, why not share it with those of you here on YouTube? So this is exactly what it's like to study with me on Zoom. Hi, if you're just meeting me, I'm Johnny Mercado. I've been teaching acting to kids and teens for over 30 years, and I have an MFA in acting from NYU, but my heart and soul is all about giving back to the communities that come after me, the future actors or leaders of tomorrow. You don't have to become a professional actor. You could just become a very well-spoken, outgoing lawyer, doctor, teacher, parent, whatever. I really believe that acting and improvisation are tools that can serve you no matter what you grow up to be. Okay, so let's dive in. I'm going to edit in what I'm saying to you here on my phone so that you can see, that it can be 4K here on YouTube. But here on Zoom today, I am going to put my glasses on so I can see what in the world I'm doing. And now I am sharing, while recording on Zoom, a lesson plan. A full lesson plan. You know those teachers that you show up to do an acting class or any class and they've got like this much planned and then you kind of sit around just reading the script again and you're like, okay, what else do we do? Yeah, that's not me. I'm an over planner because you never know. The homework was for my students to come in off book today and I was going to coach them in the moment on their scenes as though it was an audition. But what if they didn't have time to do that? Then what? So I have this whole thing planned and this is what I'm going to share. All right, so those of you on Zoom are looking at the screen share and I'll edit it together. So here we go. Today's self-paced lesson, how improvisation can make you a better actor. So let me just stop sharing for a moment and tell you, well, I don't have to because I'll edit this in. So improvisation can make you a better actor in a gazillion ways, all right? 9 out of 10 times, you're going to go in and you are going to have an audition at a commercial and they're going to say, here's the scenario. In fact, last week I had an audition and it was really me acting and reacting off of something that was imaginary. I had to pretend that I was watching a soccer match and jump out of my chair and yell at the ref or cry real tears because I was so happy. Or I've been in very complicated commercial audition situations where you come in and they say, okay, come in, you walk, you pick up the thing, you drink it on this line, you look out there, you watch those people leave. I mean, like step by step by step. And if you're not used to just improvising in the moment, that could freak you out and you could freeze. So improv teaches you those skills. So I'm going to assign you a video to watch and I want you to take some notes about it, okay? Let me go back to my little lesson plan and I'll explain further. All right. So later on, I'm also going to visit Scenebot with you. I won't show you that now, in case you just want to hear the whole lesson plan first. I'll share that with you and I'll challenge you to either submit it as an audition for feedback or use the script as I will explain at the end of this video. So yes, please stay to the end because I'm going to give you a special way where you could use this or any script. So here's the rest of our nuts and bolts of today's lesson. Discussion on why improvisation is so important as a tool for young actors. I touched on that. Your assignment will be to watch the linked video on improv, and you're going to take notes on the following. Okay, you ready? When you watch this, at the end, you're going to take notes on what are the games discussed, what are the tools learned by playing these improv games that may help you be a better actor. So watch for that and write them down. What are the tools learned today in today's improv games that can help you at an audition, specifically for a commercial audition? I gave some clues away already, right? Some ways that you can think in the moment. And so I don't forget to say this later. Always focus on your 5 senses. It will ground you. What do you see, smell, touch, taste, hear? I'm forgetting one in the room. Okay. So if you have been working on a monologue or scene with me and were not able to attend in person to run this together, Please have your brother or sister or member of your family act as your reader. What's a reader? That's the person. So what you see right now is in the frame, okay? You're in the frame. What's not in the frame is what you can't see. So they would be standing opposite you, and you would be looking at them, not into the camera. You would be looking a little bit like that, or even like that, just so that your face is still in a really good frame where I see your eyes. All right. And I want you to have them read their lines. They should not be as loud as you. So if you want them to back up a little bit and they read the other person's lines and you act opposite them. That's what it means to act opposite a reader. And we primarily turn in our first auditions nowadays still as self-tapes. So that's going to be a really great tool for you to be rehearsing a self-tape situation for an audition. So that's what I want you to do. And if you are my student, I want you to record it and post it in the Google Classroom for feedback. If you're not one of my students currently, I'll show you how that works. All right, remember, I will be looking for a real, live, living, breathing person as you act out this scene. The goal is not great acting. The goal is living truthfully under imaginary circumstances. If you have not yet watched this video, I'm going to link it at the end, and I link it in the Google Classroom here. It's a basic little cartoon on Sanford Meisner and the famous quote, living truthfully under imaginary circumstances. That's where I got that from. And for my younger students, I am turning a lot of my lesson plans here into cartoons. So it's fun. If you're older, watch it anyway and pretend it's not a cartoon, okay? And just take the notes. All right, so that will be linked. And then I'll talk a little bit about at the end about what it's like to work with me. For anyone catching this on YouTube, I've already kind of given you the sense of that. And remember, I'm only a comment away. If you have questions here on YouTube, comment on the actual video. Hey, Miss Donnie, in the lesson we talked about XYZ. Can you elaborate on that? And I'll either put a comment there or I'll make a whole nother video on it. It is my goal to pass along my MFA in acting to you in a youth and teen and beginner friendly way here on this channel. So yeah, I'll make a whole video about it if you have a question. Okay. Sorry, keep taking my glasses off. Oh, and there'll be a link where you can book time with me as a coach, and I'll do my little tour of all the links after. I don't want to mess it up now for those of you who just want to hear the first part. And as a reminder, I take Heartland Charter funds and more. So if you're a homeschooled student, I take charter funds. And with Heartland, I am listed as Donnie Mercado LLC or Tada Acting Studio. And a lot of my students know me as Tada Acting Studio, Miss Donnie. So I've recently rebranded. It's all under Donnie Mercado LLC. So if you would like, and if you would like to get the full script breakdown PDF, which I'm about to show you on the Zoom format here, put in the comments and let me know, and I'll give you a way to download it. So here we go. For those who aren't ready to sign up, I'm going to save that at the end, my whole Scenebot thing. That's my little surprise. There will be a link here of helpful Amazon stuff, because I did just share with you that it's helpful if you record horizontally with your reader off camera. If you're doing this for an audition or even for me in class, all this stuff wouldn't be visible. So I would get my tripod. I'm using a tripod right now on my desk, and I have a taller one, and I would back up. And don't stand too close to your blank wall. It could be white, gray, blue. Mine's blue. Don't stand too close or you cause a shadow. And I have 3-point lighting right now. I have a light in front of me. The light above me is off. So I really only have 2-point lighting. I have the light in front of me and I have my window open. So that's probably why I have pretty good light. But normally I would also have the light above me on. That's called 3-point lighting. When you light yourself from 3 directions, forward, to the right or left, or a little bit off, and sometimes above you or maybe behind you. Play with it. And you can Google that on the Screen Actors Guild, SAG-AFTRA. They have really good lessons on 3-point lighting. Okay, so next, I'm going to do a little tour for you on Zoom and share some stuff. All right, so let's do this. This is the video I want you to watch. It's on improv. Okay, I'll insert it right there. Remember, when you watch this improv lesson, you are going to take notes. And I told you at the beginning what those notes are. Watch that video and you are going to take notes on the 3 games they discussed. What are the tools learned by playing these games that help you be a better actor? And what are the tools learned in today's improv games that can help you at an audition, specifically a commercial audition? All right, now pause the video or go away and do your homework where you're going to record your scene or monologue. If you don't yet have a scene or monologue, I'll show you where you can find those. All right, so let's go here and we're going to go to my Amazon store. My daughter just ran past and said, make way. Here's a book that we're working on in class together, and I posted in your Google Classroom if you're working with me, because I bought it and I'm sharing it with you and you're enrolled in my class. Contemporary Scenes for Young Actors. And I bought the PDF version on Beat by Beat Press. So you can do that if you want to do that. But what you can also do, I'm going to close that, go to my, these links are all in the Google Classroom, which you're looking at right here on my Zoom format. Every student enrolled with me to study with me on Zoom gets their own Google Classroom, or if you're studying as a family, you share a classroom, so it's all in one place. That way you can find your link, your lesson plans, and all the things. So right here in this version, I have a link to my Amazon store, and that'll be in the description of this video for you, okay? So if you need to get, let's see, actors and actor content, go there and you can get yourself a tripod, okay? Some helpful stuff. Look, it's only $19. So you would put your phone on the tripod to record, okay? And this is also where you can get scenes and monologue books. Let's see, a helpful Amazon link. You'll see right here, actor and content creator items. I have added group scenes for young actors, contemporary monologues for young actors, and contemporary scenes for young actors. So right now in the Google Classroom, I hope that you've been going with me on that little tour to all those things, but in the Google Classroom, that is exactly what we're working on. We are working on this book, Contemporary Scenes for Young Actors. So if you want to know how to break down your scene, I give my students this whole lesson plan right here, a script breakdown. And if you want it here and you want to print this, it tells you exactly how I have been breaking down my scenes for ever from my MFA years at NYU. And what do I want? What's your objective? Beats, how to break it down. If you want this to print, if you're studying with me now, you have already done this work with me, but it's a good refresher. And if you want this to print and you're not already studying with me, I want you to put a note in the comments and say, hi, yes, please, I'd like that. The last thing I want to challenge you to do is if you don't want to sign up for Scenebot or aren't able to, it wasn't working for me right this second, or if you're not studying with me yet, but you want to play this next game, take any monologue or scene, and this is what you're going to do with it, okay? You could even watch TV and do this. Ready? Pick a scene from a scene book. Or if you have access to the Google Classroom, pick it in there. Or watch a TV show or movie and literally write down who the characters are. What do they want? What is happening in the beginning, the middle, and end of this scene? Then put yourself in front of your camera of your phone. So my students who did not come today, this is also part of your homework, okay? And I want you to sit in front of that camera and I want you to say, hi, this is a little bit about me, and I want you to talk to me as though you are that character. If you don't know how to do a recording on tell me a little bit about yourself, you can refer to one of the videos that I will put at the end. I did a full lesson, a self-paced lesson for 2 of my other students recently. All right, so that's your homework. I hope you enjoyed this. If you want anything elaborated on, let me know in the comments. Teachers, moms, homeschoolers, if you want more information on the lesson plans or how you could possibly get all of my lesson plans, there'll be a linked video about the lesson plan vault. Thanks, I'll see you in the next one. Watch the videos that pop up next.